Hi, I'm Monica Christofferson with the Efficient Organization. I am a professional organizer and productivity consultant. And today I just wanted to talk a little bit about social media and not as an expert. I definitely don't know the ins and outs of advertising and algorithms, but I just thought it would be fun as a business owner to share some tips on things that I have found have been fun, ways to engage, things that are interesting by using social media, and I just wanted to share those with you today. So I'm going to do that through a little screen share. So let me go ahead and pull that up. Okay. There we go. So I call this business in the front, party in the back, because I think that when we're on social media, we should be able to have some fun and a little bit of personality and interest. So we're going to be business-like, but we're going to have a little bit of fun with it as well. So let's look at how we can do that. Social, it's social media. So let's be social. Let's have fun. Let's not be too stuffy. Let's have interests that we can share through tips and engagement, and we're going to look at some ways to do that. So let's be social on social media. A little bit about what we're going to talk about. Just a little touch on how to present yourself, choosing platforms. So when you're especially a new person in business, like how do you choose where you want to spend your time? We're going to talk a little bit about Facebook business pages versus groups. And like I said earlier, I'm not an expert, but I'm just going to share my own experiences that I've had. And we're going to talk about fun ways to engage on Facebook and on Instagram, and I'll show you some examples. So you're showing your business through social media. You're putting your face out there. You're putting your business out there. You want to be professional. But maybe there's a point where it's a little too stuffy and not very personable. You might want to be a little bit casual. But there could also be a point where it's a little bit too casual. So we need to find that balance when we're out there showcasing ourselves, showcasing our businesses. So look at this gal. She looks like a real person. She looks like somebody that could be your friend, somebody you could talk to, relatable. You can engage with this person. And so this should be you, right? Having that in-between compromise between professional being stuffy or being too casual. So you can still be the expert in your field. You can still share all the valuable information that I know that you have, but also being relatable, fun, so people can feel like that's somebody that I could be friends with. So when we're thinking about engagement, this is a book that I read a long time ago, so I'm just going to summarize it a little bit. You can get it on Kindle. It's just a little short read. I don't know, maybe 45 minutes to read, but the basic gist of this. Facebook is a pub crawl. So picture you've been working all day, you go out with your friends, you're out to have a drink, you're relaxing, you're talking, you're having appetizers, you're having fun, and a shoe salesman comes in and holds up the shoe. And it's like, look at the shoe I've got. I've got this in navy, I've got it in tan, I've got it in size 6, I've got it in size 8. And you're like, whoa, we were just here to have a drink. We were here to relax and have fun. That's what people are doing when they're on social media. They're on their phones. It's a little downtime. They're scrolling. They want to find things that are interesting. They want to possibly learn some things. So if it is a topic they're interested in, they're open to that. But we don't necessarily want to be like, here, sales, and look at this, look at this. We want them to want to see what we have and not be over the top or too salesy. I know some people talk about sales with social media being the 80-20 rule, where 80% of the time you're sharing and giving and creating tips and information, and 20% of the time you're showcasing what you sell, what you have, how they can work with you. So when you're trying to think about how you're going to get out there in front of people, you're choosing your platforms. Especially for new business owners, this can be a little bit intimidating because they feel a lot of pressure to be on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Snapchat, on Instagram. It's like, where should I be? So that can be a little intimidating. I think that you should really be thinking about, where are my people? So what do I sell? What do I have to offer? And where are the people who are looking for those things? Also, where will your services or your products come across the best? How can you showcase those the best? If you're giving lots of tips, if you've got lots of articles you've written, of course, LinkedIn could be a great place for that. As business owners, I really think we should all be on LinkedIn and have that kind of credible social media. But also Facebook is great for tips and information. If you're working with younger people, you might need to be on Snapchat. So if you are a photographer who specializes in working with seniors for their senior portraits, maybe you need to be on Snapchat or Instagram. So where are your people? What ages are you working with? So thinking about that, some Facebook business pages, the pros and the cons. I think it's great. Again, I'm not somebody who's a specialist in ads and algorithms, but being able to run ads is a great opportunity when you have your Facebook business page. You can ask your clients and customers for reviews here. You can, of course, post your own posts, your own information, your own tips. It also can help show some credibility if somebody's looking for you, or if in maybe a community group, somebody's asking for a reference and other people can tag your Facebook business page, and there you are. People who want more information from you can message you through your business Facebook page. There's an about section, so you can put information about yourself and your business and your products and your services. And you can also put links to websites, Instagram, that kind of thing. So it's a great place to have a little, like, almost mini website or advertisement for yourself and your business. What I personally have found is sometimes the business pages don't have as much interaction, as many likes, as many comments. You know, you might get a little bit, but maybe not as much as you would like if you're putting a lot of effort out there. Also, depending on the age group that you're after, the younger generation may not be there. I know that people in their teens, 20s, they're starting to go over to some other different platforms, and so it might not be Facebook where you're going to catch them. So let's talk about a Facebook group. I started my Facebook organizing group in 2015, and as far as social media goes, that has been a great thing for me. I really enjoy it, and I'll show a few different things about the pros. People tend to be able to see that content because they're getting notifications that you've posted. People are interested in that topic and they've joined your group because they want to be there. They want to maybe interact with other people around this topic. They want to get tips from you. You can grow that group. People can add people to the group, which is awesome. Again, you're still showing yourself as an expert in your field. You're sharing your tips, you're sharing your wisdom, your information, and hopefully that's going to lead to some business. Some things that might be cons: you do have to work a lot on posting, staying on top of it, coming up with content. You have to be engaging. You need to make sure that you're liking things that people say. You're maybe commenting back. So you do have to put some time and energy and effort into the group, but it can really pay off. I am finding as a group grows that it starts to get spammed. So it can be really beneficial to have to approve the posts that people post to your group. Not necessarily, it's not in the comment section, but if somebody tries to post their own blog post or something like that, you want to be able to approve that. You can create rules. You can create questions that people have to answer before they can be accepted into the group. So there's a lot of great options. A little bit about Instagram. So let's talk about that. Do you want to marry your accounts? Do you want to have a personal account and a business account? Do you want to have them together? What I have found is I started off by putting business posts on my own personal Instagram account, and that didn't work out very well. So it was super awkward. It would be something about organizing, and then it's us out hiking, and then it's a picture of the dog. And so I found it was much, much better to have a business account and a personal account, and they are extremely easy to toggle between, so it doesn't really create much extra work. So I have personally found it to be very beneficial to have two separate Instagram accounts, and I think Instagram is fun. So some ways that you can engage, both through Facebook, through Instagram. Again, we want to make it fun. We want to be interesting. We don't want to be the shoe salesman that's just right there in your face. So some things to think about for a Facebook group. You can have behind the scenes. People like to see what's going on. Are you out in the community? Are you at a meeting? Are you donating your time and out doing something charitable? They like to see those pictures or videos. You can create polls, so you could get people to interact with you. You can ask them what they want to hear about. So it's a great way for you to get some feedback to help you decide how you want to put information out there, what kind of content, what kind of topics you want to cover, what questions you might want to answer. You can have some funny posts. So I typically do a funny Friday, and I often am able to find really great, what I think are great posts that have to do with organizing. People seem to really like them and interact with them. Occasionally I just find something that I think is funny and it has nothing to do with organizing, and I share that. So something funny can, again, be something that's engaging. It breaks things up. It's not just serious tips all the time. You might want to consider what's going on in the world. Make your posts and your content timely. So right now, with so many people being at home with children, I'm trying to really make sure that I'm sharing some things that I think could be helpful and interesting and relatable right now while people are at home and balancing kids and kids doing homework from home or their schooling from home. And so it's a very different time, and I'm trying to be very cognizant of that. Before and after photos can be awesome to showcase. People really like to see that. Motivational quotes, and again, trying to have that relate to maybe something that you do that makes it good content for your audience for the type of work that you do. And I personally think that with people scrolling and trying to get through things quickly and just take in as much as they can while they're relaxing, sometimes a quick tip is more effective than a big, long blog post. Doesn't mean that you can't do some of those long posts or a link to a blog post, but I think sometimes it's even more beneficial just to have, you know, a little background, a little slide, put one of your tips on it, turn it into a JPEG, and there's a quick tip that people can go, oh, I like that idea. Challenges can be a lot of fun. So again, with so many people being at home right now and organizers not being able to go out and help people in their homes, it can be fun right now to do some little challenges, and I'm trying to keep them very short and sweet, not trying to get people to organize their whole house while their kids are at home, but just little mini challenges. And if you want to include some prizes with those, you can use a great little website called Random Name Picker, and you just put everybody's name in there that participated, and it shakes them all up and spits out a name, and there you've got your winner. Now, I did not know this, but you are supposed to put a little statement that Facebook has nothing to do with the promotion, So you might want to look that up if you are running a promotion, a challenge, giving away some prizes. Okay, some other ideas. Maybe you share something that's new in your industry. Maybe you just went to a great conference, or you just took an online class. What can you share about your industry? You might have a product that you can take a selfie with. So people see you, they see the product, it's relatable. Video tips can be really interesting, especially nice, short, sweet, like here's a little tip, here's a little info, and it can bring things to life. Facebook Live. I personally prefer live than videotaping myself ahead of time, because sometimes then I feel like I want to do it more than one time, but Facebook Live is like you're on one and done, and you are done with it. Showing how you use a product can be really, really helpful. I have seen people do that with makeup, with hair products, and that really brings it to life. Instead of looking at something on a website or in a catalog, it's like, oh, here's how you use it. And I find that very interesting. Okay, another thing you can do that's fun is the 3D feature for photos. So this is a photo from our bathroom that we remodeled. And so I just used the 3D feature. And so when people are scrolling, it moves, and it just is a little bit more interesting than a still photo. Again, you want to mix things up. You don't want to just do one thing or one way all the time. So incorporate a lot of different fun things. Okay, as we wrap it up, Instagram. This is why I called it business in the front, party in the back, because I was relating it to Instagram, because on Instagram, you've got, you know, your main page is a little more businessy, and then you've got the stories. And to me, the stories are a little bit more fun, more engaging. You can be a little bit more casual behind the scenes. So business in the front, party in the back. So let's look at the page versus the story. So here's my Instagram page. So a little more formal. I'll just show you here with the arrows. You've got the information there, kind of the bio stuff. I use Linktree. So Linktree allows me to have links to different sites. So I can have a link to my website and a link to my Teespring merch store. So lots of nice options, and that's free. You can have your little highlights there. So if you have a product that you sell, you could have a highlight for each one of those products, and that just stays there. Of course, there's your whole main page, timeline, whatever you call it on Instagram, where you're just sharing your actual posts. And then there's the behind the scenes, the party in the back, the story. So here I was posting my coloring because that kind of goes with life balance and organization. And then I was able to put the word done in there by using a GIF, and the word done was moving. So it just adds a little bit of interest. You can see this arrow down at the bottom. People can send a message to you privately. You can do things like add music and emojis. You can use a boomerang so that the photo is moving. So that's another fun thing. Like I was talking about the 3D photo, a boomerang photo can be a lot of fun as well. You can hashtag people. You can, or use hashtags so that people who like that topic maybe will find your post. You can tag people by using the and symbol, just like on Facebook. You can create polls. You can ask questions. So I'll just show you some of those examples. So here you can see that you can do the hashtag, the mention, the GIFs, where you can add music and add emojis and things that are moving around. You can do countdowns, you can do polls, right? So people get to do that interaction with you, that you're a real person, again, that you could be their friend and they get to know you. This one is showing that, I know everybody's working from home. Again, it's in the story on Instagram, so it's super casual, but then I added how's it going at home. So I didn't just put a picture out there. It's a little bit of interest by asking a question. Maybe somebody will send me a message down in the bottom and let me know how it's going. Now, I've really just concentrated on the do's. I wanted to share just one don't as we wrap it up. I posted this in my own organizing group, and then I deleted it. I was just doing it so I could screenshot it for this. I think when you just put a link to a blog, and this is my own blog, with nothing leading up to it, people might not click on it. So give it basically a little headline, like, why are you posting this? What information are you trying to share? So this blog was gratitude for support with business goals. So you could say like, hey, if you want some ideas on how to show gratitude when somebody's helping you in your business, here's 5 tips that I put in my blog post, or whatever it might be, but lead up to it. Share with people, what is it that they're going to be learning about? Okay, well, those were a lot of different little random tips, things that, again, I've had fun with in my own business. So if you want to share anything with me on things that you've done or have worked well for you, I'd love to hear that as well. So you can always leave a comment for me. And again, I am a professional organizer and productivity consultant, and I am in the Seattle area. I do personal visits and consultations and organizing sessions, and I also offer virtual services. So I hope that helps, and I hope you learned a few new tips, and I hope you have a great day.